studying about demon spirits.
Okay, so in 1974, you were in college.
Yeah, 1974.
Studying in seminary about demon spirits.
And this was in 1974. This was the...
By the way, I just want to introduce, this is Howard Pittman, a man who had a cardiac arrest in 1979, August the 4th, you said, right?
Yeah, it was in 74. Well, which date are you asking?
I'm asking about I'm just introducing you. He had a cardiac arrest in 1979 where he died and got shown things in the heavenlies and then got taken back to this earth. He's going to go back to 1974 when he was in seminary and they were studying spiritual warfare. So go ahead.
We were studying spiritual warfare. So in December of 1974, I was also working full time as a police officer for the city of New Orleans and going to school. They allowed me to work on the night shift so that I could go to school during the daytime. So I was going to school at the seminary, and it was the holiday season where everything's closed for two months. 2 weeks anyway. Everything closed. So we were studying about all this, and the night, I guess it was the first night, right after I went to bed, I had a strange dream.
Wow.
Real strange dream. And a strange part was the dream was in Technicolor.
Wow.
And that's very difficult to have. Anyway, I had this strange dream. I dreamed that I was sitting in a rocking chair, like this.
Yeah.
Rocking back and forth, and it was real extremely hot weather. And I had a cool breeze blowing in my face. And I was so comfortable. I was so comfortable in that position. I wasn't concerned about anything. Because right behind me, laying on the bed, was my mother. And she was dying. And I had no concern. This is all in the dream.
All in the dream, yeah.
I had no concern of her condition at all. And suddenly I felt a sharp pain in my left hand. And I looked down, and your giant dog had my hand in his mouth and was biting down on my hand.
Wow, what a dream.
That woke me up. Well, I mean, in a dream it woke me up, but technically it didn't wake me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, I've got to get this dog out of the house. So I get up out of the chair and I walk to the front door. Well, I had to open the door and stick my hand out, and the dog goes out, and I slam the door shut. I locked him out. I got rid of the dog. All this is in a dream.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I could see that dog run around the house. I said, he's coming to the back door. So I ran through the house, and I got to the back door before he did, and I jumped. I saw he was fixing to jump in through the door, and I threw my shoulder against it and held the door, and he jumped, hit the door, and bounced off. I woke up. That was a dream.
Okay, yeah.
Very strange dream, indeed. So, next night I had a second dream that was connected to the first dream in a way. Very strange dream. Second dream was, I was passing this house. It was an old Tommy house. Yet it was brand new. Just been built, but it was an old Tommy style. And I couldn't see any people. I look through the window, I couldn't see any furniture or anything. So I go up the 3 steps to the house. There was 3 steps. I go up the steps and I entered the house. I go to the house, first floor. Wasn't a stick of furniture of any kind in the house. It was totally empty. But I can hear a dog. I hear a dog wailing as though he was in pain, terrible pain. So I go to the second floor. Not a stick of furniture there. No dog, but I could still hear the dog.
Wow.
And I'm looking for the dog, and I see a closet in the corner. And I see that my senses tell me the noise is coming from the closet. So I go and open the door, and I saw two dogs in the closet. They were terrier dogs. And both of them, they looked like Scottish terriers, both of them. One was black and one was white. The white dog was sitting on the black dog, and the black dog was howling, making all noise because the white dog was holding him down. And just as quick as I opened the door, he ran out of the closet. The white dog ran out of the closet. He ran down the 3 stairs and went outside and stopped by the steps of the house. He was standing by the steps, and as people would come, they would look at him. It was Hassan. He looked so cute. They'd pick him up and pet him, and suddenly he would swallow those people up.
Wow.
Just like that. Dream ended. Dream ended.
Wow.
2 nights later, I had a third dream connected to those. The third dream was, I'm walking down a long path, lined on either side with evergreen trees. Behind the evergreen trees was snow-capped mountains. I had to be in the Pacific Northwest of this country. Had to be that. So I'm looking at it, and in this dream I say to myself, I must be going home. I must be going home because I'm going this way. And I know my sister-in-law lives out here. I must be going to her house. So I go to this house and I get there. And it's filled with people. Got all kind of people around. A long table in there. And I'm looking at them through a picture window. And my sister-in-law comes out and she invites me in the house. I said, no, I can't go in now. I need to go tend the dog. Wow. Go ahead, tend to your dog. It's 3 dreams, all connected with a dog.
Wow.
So I go in the backyard where the dog is, and I open this little closet, this little building where the dog food is, and I start mixing the dog food, getting ready. And then all of a sudden, here comes this German Shepherd. Boom! He charged me, tries to attack. But there's an invisible cone around me. In that dream, I can't see it, but I can feel it. I know it's there. And I knew it's protecting me. He keeps bouncing off every time he tried. He had tried to attack me the whole time I was feeding him, but he couldn't do it. You know, so.
Wow.
The dream ended that way. 2 nights after that, 3 dreams came one night.
Wow.
Had 5 dreams in 3 nights. 5 and those 5 nights altogether of time. The first dream came was I was walking down a cobblestone street. We don't have cobblestone streets in America, so I knew it wasn't in America. In a dream, I see myself walking down this cobblestone street. And then you people coming on each side, talking, laughing, talking. I'm listening to them. They're all speaking in English accent, so I knew I was in England. Looking at the houses, White House, that thatch roof and everything, I could tell I was in England. I was in England. Go ahead, and the people would come to a house at the end of the street. I knew that was my house. I had never seen it before, but I knew it was my house. So the people came out and they invited me to come on in. So I come in and my family gathers around. My family's in the house. They're people I've never seen before in my life, but I recognize them all as my family.
Wow.
So they gather around, start talking. And about that time, they invited me to go out into the garden to finish the talk, though we'd have more room, more people was coming. So we walk outside in the garden. Just at that moment, the garden door, gate opened, and a man walked through the gate. He didn't have any face, but I knew it was my father. My father come through. At that moment, a big shepherd dog came, and I was petting that shepherd dog. It was my dog, collie dog. All these dogs were different breeds. So they covered the entire spectrum of the dog world.
Wow.
The reason for that later on when I explained, when I had the dreams explained to me, understood what God was showing me. So this dog was so big that he stood up on his back feet and he put his front paws on my shoulders, and I was petting him. And all of a sudden, he started to attack me.
Wow.
And when he started to attack me, the people started cheering him on. Get him, go ahead. You know, they was clapping, they was having fun. All the people standing around was cheering for the dog. And I'm trying to stop the dog from attacking me. And the people want him to go ahead, attack me. And boom, the dream ends.
Wow.
That was the end of the dream. This was all 1974.
Wow.
The next dream I had occurred in America, but didn't occur in that same order. It was different altogether. It waited I guess it was about 3 weeks before I had the last dream. The last dream covered an election.
Wow.
When Trump was elected President of the United States. I saw him get elected in 1974.
Wow.
So I knew he would, but I didn't know who Trump was. I'd never heard his name before. I didn't know who he was. But he was a big man. Big man. I saw Trump like he is today, not like what he looked like in 1974.
Wow.
But what he looked like today. A big man. Well, in our town, we had a doctor. His name was Applewhite. He would have been a twin to
Donald
Trump.
Wow, okay.
So I thought it was Dr. Applewhite. So in my book, when I wrote about this dream, I called him Dr. White.
Wow.
Because I didn't know, I'd never heard of Trump before. But I had this book published in 1984. It's been on sale at Amazon ever since 1984. I can prove I had the dream because it's all in the book.
Wow, okay.
And that book that was published in
Wow.
1984 called Placebo.
Placebo, yeah.
Placebo. In that book was also my testimony.
Yeah.
My testimony. And the dream. The dream is all the dreams and the purpose of the dreams. The first dream related to the fact the church was dying and I wasn't concerned about it.
Wow.
I had no concern for the church at all. Well, I forgot to tell you the last dream about the dogs. The last dream was I was in my house when the dream started. And then a knock on my front door.
Yeah.
Got my attention. So I went and opened the door, and there was my friend. Larry Boone was his name. He was a police officer who rode in a police car with me as my partner in New Orleans. So, Larry, it's good to see you. Come in. So when he walked in the door, all of a sudden I realized it was not Larry, but it was the enemy disguised like Larry.
Wow.
So I went to expose him. I said, "You're not Larry Boone. You're the devil." And then he tried to hypnotize me. But I had a greater hypnotic power than he did. In this dream, I hypnotized him.
Wow.
And he just floated right up in the air and dropped into a furnace of fire.
Wow.
And he was grinning, laughing, and he looked at me and he says, "At you." He would say, "At you." Just like he said, "I'm laughing at you."
Oh, I'm laughing at you.
At you. That's what he said.
Wow. Wow.
And that was the end of the dream. That was the last dream. And this was about the fate of the little white dog.
Wow.
He was a little white dog,
Yeah.
exposed as a white dog, being disguised and all this guy.
Okay.
And they, well, anyway, now that was the end of the dream. When I saw Trump elected, well, it confused me. It really confused me. Because this guy says, "This is Dr. Applewhite." But Dr. Applewhite's not a Christian. Why would he have Dr. Applewhite? I'm thinking this was Dr. Applewhite in a dream.
Yeah.
Because that's who he looked like.
Yeah.
He looked like Dr. Applewhite. So I named him Dr. White in the book.
Yeah.
I named him down the book. But because I was confused. I didn't know why God would use, you see, I've been in this seminary. And we were studying about spiritual warfare, and all this was related to spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it at that time until later on it was going on. Anyway, I wrote that book called Placebo. I wrote 17 books altogether. Last book I wrote was Jacob's Puzzle. That was that was number 17, Jacob's Puzzle.
Wow.
And first book I wrote was Placebo.
Placebo,
That
yeah.
was my testimony. Placebo is a nothing of substance. What placebo is. It's an imaginary pill that doctors often use when they think a person has psychological problems. Because a placebo, this pill I'm giving you is going to make you well. This pill is going to heal you and everything. Psychologically, in many cases, it works that way. You see.
Yeah.
Convince the people that they're getting tough people. That's why I named
The book Placebo.
The testimony Placebo.
Wow.
And everything.
So fast forward to we're going to start again, and fast forward to 19